The Boston Celtics might be preparing for one of the boldest moves in recent years, and if it happens, it could completely reshape their future. After a disappointing 2-3 start to the season and glaring struggles in rebounding and efficiency, the team's front office is under pressure to act fast. And now, a new trade scenario is turning heads across the league. Before we break it down, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that hype alert so you never miss any Boston Celtics news. Now, let's talk about the rumor that's heating up. The Celtics are reportedly exploring a potential deal that would bring Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets to Boston. A young, athletic big man with elite rim protection and rebounding instincts, Claxton could be the long-awaited successor to Al Horford. The trade idea looks simple on paper, but carries massive implications. The proposed structure? Boston would send Anthony Simons and a protected first-round pick in 2031 to Brooklyn in exchange for Claxton. A risky offer, but one that could fill a critical gap in Boston's rotation. Claxton, who's averaged 11.1 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks over the last 3 seasons, brings youth, energy, and a defensive presence that the Celtics desperately need. He's not the perimeter shooter Horford is, but his ability to control the paint could elevate Boston's defense to a championship level. Imagine a lineup next year with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, and Nick Claxton. That's not just a solid roster. That's a contender ready to dominate again. But here's where it gets complicated. Moving Simons means Boston would essentially sacrifice the current season, betting everything on a stronger, healthier future once Tatum returns from his Achilles injury. It's a gamble that could either set the stage for another deep playoff run or create another year of frustration. For Brooklyn, though, the benefits are immediate. They would receive $27.6 million in expiring salary space and gain even more trade flexibility, adding up to 13 first-round picks available to move. That's an arsenal that could be used to chase stars or build an entirely new core. So while the Celtics would be banking on Claxton's potential and chemistry with Tatum and Brown, the Nets could flip this into a major rebuild accelerator. With assets like Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, and Michael Porter Jr., Brooklyn might quietly be preparing something bigger than anyone expects. Now the question becomes urgent. Should the Celtics risk another transition year for a long-term solution in the paint? Or should they double down on the roster they have and trust that Tatum's return alone will fix the flaws? The clock is ticking, the pressure is rising, and one bold decision could define Boston's next 5 years. So tell me, Celtics fans, would you pull the trigger on Nick Claxton right now? Or would you hold the line and bet on this core as it is? The Boston Celtics may be standing at a crossroads once again, and this time, the stakes could not be higher. After an offseason focused on cutting costs and reshaping the payroll, the team now faces an issue too big to ignore: rebounding. Through the first stretch of the season, Boston has struggled to control the glass, losing second-chance battles that are costing them close games. And now, a new rumor is beginning to shake up the conversation across the league. Reports from Bleacher Report have floated a shocking scenario. A trade that would send Anthony Simons away and bring in Miles Turner, one of the league's top rim protectors and a 2-time NBA blocks leader. Turner, currently averaging 15.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game, is the type of player who could immediately solve Boston's biggest weakness. He defends the paint, stretches the floor, and brings the kind of size and toughness the Celtics have been missing since the departures of Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, and Luke Kornet. Imagine Turner patrolling the paint behind Jaylen Brown and Derek White, giving them the freedom to pressure ball handlers without fear. Offensively, his ability to shoot nearly 40% from three-point range opens up driving lanes for Jason Tatum, especially once he returns from injury. This isn't a desperate move. It's a calculated opportunity to restore balance, protection, and stability to a team that wants to fight for another banner. But here's the catch. Turner is currently tied to the Milwaukee Bucks, who committed long-term money to him to pair him with Giannis Antetokounmpo. That means if Boston truly wants him, they'll have to get creative. They would need to part with draft capital or key role players and risk disrupting the chemistry they've worked hard to build. It's a decision that requires courage, timing, and absolute conviction. Still, for a team chasing its 18th championship, standing still might be even riskier. Every game without interior dominance is another reminder of what's missing. The front office has been patient, but patience can turn into regret when opportunities slip away. Turner represents a bridge between the present and the future, a player who can help Boston compete now while still fitting the long-term plan once Tatum is fully healthy. So here's the real question. With the clock ticking and the Eastern Conference getting stronger by the day, should the Celtics take the risk and go all in for Miles Turner? Or will they watch another contender strengthen while Boston waits for a perfect deal that may never come? Something is brewing in the Bay Area, and it's making Boston very uncomfortable. Reports from Bleacher Report have reignited a rumor that just won't go away. A rumor that connects Derek White, one of the Celtics' most valuable two-way players, to the Golden State Warriors. And this time, the noise feels louder. The idea is simple but terrifying for Boston fans. Imagine White wearing blue and gold, sharing the backcourt with Stephen Curry, forming a defensive and offensive duo capable of reviving the Warriors' dynasty. Before we get into what this could mean for Boston's future, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that hype alert so you don't miss any breaking Boston Celtics news. Now, let's break down why this rumor has everyone talking. Analyst Greg Swartz suggested that Golden State should make a push for Derek White, calling him the perfect complement to an aging Curry, who turns 38 this season. According to Swartz, White's defensive versatility, high basketball IQ, and efficient shooting could instantly make the Warriors relevant again in the title race. The comparison he made was bold. He called White perhaps the best shot-blocking guard since Dwayne Wade. That's not just praise. That's a statement about value, leadership, and championship DNA. But here's where it gets complicated. For Brad Stevens and the Celtics front office, trading White would mean tearing out one of the core pieces that keeps this roster stable. White is under contract until the 2028 to 2029 season, with a player option that guarantees Boston at least 2 more years of his services. He's the glue that connects the stars, the silent engine behind Boston's consistency. And for the Warriors to land him, it would take a package so massive it borders on unrealistic. We're talking about multiple first-round picks and top-tier rotation players. Still, the idea has momentum because Golden State knows the clock is ticking. Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler are not getting younger. Their window is closing fast. And White's arrival could represent one last push for a championship. The fit makes sense, and that's exactly what should worry Celtics fans. Because for all of Boston's confidence in their structure, the NBA is unpredictable. A single offer, a single conversation, could change everything. And here lies the real tension. Derek White isn't just another guard. He's the defensive heart of Boston's backcourt, the player who turns elite scorers into frustrated shooters. Losing him to a rival contender would not only weaken the Celtics on the court, but also strengthen one of their biggest potential playoff threats. The image of White running pick and rolls with Al Horford in another uniform isn't just unsettling. It's unthinkable. Brad Stevens has shown he's no fool. He knows that White's presence can turn contenders into favorites. But in a league where power shifts overnight, no player is ever truly untouchable. And that's where the uncertainty creeps in. So here's the question that keeps echoing across Boston tonight. Could the Warriors actually make an offer big enough to tempt Stevens? Or will Derek White remain the heartbeat of this Celtics roster, standing firm as Boston continues its hunt for banner number 18? If you want to stay updated on this unfolding story, hit that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and click the hype alert because this rumor isn't going away anytime soon.